Welcome to today's episode of Scrapnik TV. Today I'm going to talk about rounded corners and how to achieve this, a couple of different ways that we're going to achieve this in digital scrapbooking. Now one way is I'm just going to draw a simple square, and I'm going to hold the shift key down while I draw so that it's perfectly proportional. And then I'm going to rasterize this image. Okay. So, if this were a photo, we'll just pretend that this is a photo and I wanted to get the rounded corners, or it's a paper block or whatever, I would come over and I would right click in the layer palette on the image and click Select Pixels to get the marching ants around it. Then I would go up to Select, Modify, Smooth. And we're just going to smooth out those corners. So we're going to see what it does with 100 pixels. Click OK. And see how it has smoothed out the corner. So now we're going to do Select Inverse. And what that does is it chooses everything on the outside of what we have marked so that we can click Delete. And that will just delete those corners. And deselect. Okay, so this is not my favorite way, I'll be honest, and I think there are some ways that this will work in some shapes, so that's why I wanted to teach it. But as you notice, it rounds the corner, but it kind of leaves a little bit of an edge, which might work if you're going for that look. So again, and there might be some shapes that it will work well with, so I wanted to show that method. But I want to show another method as well. So I'm going to place a journal card, because often we use journal cards. If you do any sort of pocket scrapbooking or anything, I just think that journal cards add so much to a layout, and they're commonly used. And all of mine are done with the sharp edges, but sometimes it might be kind of nice to have a round edge. So you could do this and clip the edges, but again, you're going to get a little bit of the squared off on the corners. So a better way is, once you've pulled it in, always come over here and rasterize it so that you're able to edit it and do things with it. Now we're going to come over to our Shape tool, and we're going to choose the Rounded Rectangle tool. And we're going to come up here to the radius at the top of the option bar. And we're going to change this to about 60. And then I'm going to place my cursor here right over the top, so that in essence I'm drawing the shape just a little bit smaller than my card. And I'll kind of center that on there, eyeball it. Okay, now I'm going to rasterize this, and I'm going to move it below the layer of my card. And now when I right click on the layer of my card and choose Create Clipping Mask, it clips it, and you get a much smoother rounded edge. And then you can just merge layers, add your shadow, and there you go, a quick and simple rounded edge that doesn't have anything jagged on it. I hope that this was helpful and something that you will be able to use often in your scrapbooking. Thank you for joining us.